Hey everyone, today we're going to be trying out this product right here, Chimney Saver Anti-CREO-SOOT. Look at those pictures right there. Before the treatment, you can see it's really dark and it looks wet, and it will burn just like oil if it catches fire. Very dangerous. You see, after treatment, it's still pretty dirty, but it's dry and there's nothing to burn. And there is after the chimney sweep comes over. I'm going to let this focus in really quickly, and then I'm going to explain to you what I was told to do with this by the fireplace company. This came on Amazon.com for $50. It's 1 gallon. Much more feasible to buy this gallon container than buy the little spray bottle, since I'm going to end up going through that anyways. So it's this light brown color, and it smells like Elmer's glue. You know, that glue that's water soluble that kids use? You can peel it off your fingers. Smells just like that. I got a little bit on me while I was spraying it, or pouring it into this sprayer. This sprayer came on Home Depot's discount shelf. 3 of them for $2. Usually that 3-pack is like $12. Regret not buying another pack of them. But anyways, the reason I got this stuff is because I was recommended it from the wood stove company when they came over to clean this thing. So when they came to clean it, actually, they said it was perfectly clean and there was nothing even in the chimney pipe. Well, that's because a day before I had them come out and clean it, I noticed I had a brief chimney fire. And it turns out it would have just burned itself out if I didn't react to it. So what I did, as soon as I noticed the chimney fire, I noticed because it was sucking extremely hard when I was getting it going. To get a wood stove going, you have the damper open all the way, so flames can actually go up the pipe, and it caught that stuff on fire. So it burned itself out, and I was a little concerned that it may have damaged the chimney pipe because of the fire, but no, they said it can withstand over 2,500 degrees before causing damage to that double-walled pipe outside. And obviously, it burned everything off on itself. As soon as I noticed there was a chimney fire, I looked outside that window I have, and you could see a little bit of flames coming out the chimney. Now, the wood stove company said, especially with snow on the roof, it's highly unlikely a chimney fire that's in a pipe like this would ever actually cause a fire. If you have an asphalt shingle roof like me, that does increase your chances. Someday, I'm definitely going to get it replaced into a metal roof. Then you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about during a forest fire, embers falling on it. It would be much harder to burn the house down in a case like that. But this is what I was recommended from the fireplace company. After I told them that, what's it called? CSL or something, you know, the fireplace log they always advertise. On a catalytic stove, it says to leave the bypass open for 2 weeks, and you can't. That would actually ruin the stove, they told me. They don't know why it says that on the packaging, because you shouldn't. That will actually damage a catalytic stove if you try to use it as a normal wood stove. So that they told me best advice is just burn hotter fires. So I will burn hotter fires, and I'll just keep all the windows in the house cracked so it doesn't overheat, because this thing could easily overheat the house. So that's what I did. They even came out with they had like this tool, a meter thing that they stuck on a bunch of my firewood here and some of my piles out in the yard, and they said everything was within limits. Typically, you want to burn wood that has below 30% moisture content. One of my piles had 35, but most of it was perfect to be burning. So they said it wasn't from the firewood. They said just burn a little bit of hotter fires. It's easy to burn fires that aren't too hot with a catalytic stove because it just runs so efficiently. You know, when it runs efficiently, there's not much heat going up the pipe. But you do need heat going up the pipe to prevent the creosote from building up. So we are going to have to waste a portion of wood just to keep that from happening again, apparently. So I thought just having it cleaned professionally once a year would have been enough, but no, I need to burn hotter fires along with it, and apparently do this. So what I was told to do with this was probably every 10 logs, they said, just spray a couple logs with this, and throw them in the fire. It's non-flammable. You don't have to wait for it to dry. You throw it right in the stove wet. This is literally my first time ever using this product. Let's see if we have any space inside the stove to fit a log. Yeah, we definitely have some space in there. I think this guy will fit, this skinny one right here. See how that on the outside? That's the emerald ash borer right there inside there. And you see, it's kind of hard to prevent moisture from getting in. You saw it underneath the bark. Actually, it's a little wet there, but everything else checks out. Let's see if this is on the right setting I even want. Does that have to be opened a little for it to work? There we go. I don't like that. I want it to mist it, not a spray. Is this capable of misting? Hope we can mist with it. There we go. I need to probably do this over the bin next time so I'm not wasting it on the floor and having to mop it up. It'll just get on other things. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next time. See? That this is not going in the fire now, but it'll find its way in there eventually. Smells nasty. Well, not nasty, but if you know what that glue smells like, it's exactly what this smells like. Throw it in. Yep, definitely not flammable. You see right now how I opened it and flames are racing up the flue pipe? That is when the chimney caught fire. See, this is my first year burning wood, and you learn as you go along. You can't have it way down here, even though that keeps the house at a perfect 75 degrees. No, you got to run a hotter fire and crack some of the windows. All right. And I also found out these days most places don't even sell non-catalytic stoves anymore because of pressure from the EPA. The only kind you can buy without the catalyst are basically camping stoves. There are some companies that still sell normal stoves, but most of them are these, and for the most part, these I would say are better, because if it was a normal wood stove, I would have gone through probably 5 times the amount of wood. This thing, you load it up, and you can go up to 30 hours without having to touch it, and it's still hot. You see the amount of wood in there? On high, that'll go for over 12 hours, which a normal stove wouldn't even be able to go half of that. So it's definitely good to have the efficiency. Can't complain about that part of it. But I just wanted to show you this product, and we'll see if it makes a huge difference or not. Before I end this video, I want to show you the report they showed me. It just shows in their report some pictures of the chimney pipe, and yeah. And I'm not even going to show it because there was really nothing in it, you know? The pictures, it just shows a dirty pipe. Yeah, if it was dirty, yeah, I'd go grab it, but it didn't look like this. It looked like this, what they were showing me. It looked like everything had already just burned out of it completely by the chimney fire. But we're just going to keep that thing running hotter and crack some of the windows. Today it's actually 45 degrees outside, so it's becoming that time of year. I'm probably not going to be using this much more anyways. I think it's actually a waste once temperatures start approaching 50 degrees outside. It is just a waste, because in temperatures like this, the furnace only has to burn like a gallon of fuel a day. Now, it's definitely worth it using this on cold days. In the middle of winter, I'll go through like 8 gallons of diesel every single day running the furnace. And that's when it adds up being pretty expensive. But 1 gallon a day is not that bad, because this would cost more money in wasted heat to run this in that situation. Well, I learned something. Got to use that spray there, which will help, but mainly just running a hotter fire should solve the issue. Thanks for watching.